Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in a blast from the past in the Monarch. Now, you guys may have noticed I've been trying to jump in ships lately that I haven't played for a long time. You know, the sort of things that just kind of sit around and gather dust. The Monarch is one of those ships, and it's not because it's a bad ship, it's just that I don't like to play it. It's kind of boring, I'll be honest. But, this match that we're about to have in the Monarch, not gonna lie, pretty spicy. And is clutch. Yeah, that's right. We clutch this game hard. So hopefully you guys are ready. It's gonna be a good one. You guys know I like to give you guys my best replays, and this is gonna be no exception. Now, obviously we're on hotspot. We're gonna spawn on the volcano, and we're gonna try to take the outside if we can. See where we're at. We do have a destroyer out in front of us to spot. And Mod Squad Rin is right next to us in the Ochakov. So we've got a little bit of support, which is great. Now, obviously, we've got armor piercing loaded. I tend to fire armor piercing out of the Monarch more than anything. It's kind of like a Queen Elizabeth or a Warspite. It just seems to have really good AP compared to, say, like, you know, the Vanguard. Vanguard still has good AP. So does the Conqueror, but I just don't tend to use the AP as much in those ships as I do the HE. While in the Monarch and the Queen Elizabeth and the Warspite, I tend to use the AP quite a bit. Well, actually, I use it more often than not. But you can see without anybody getting spotted, and everybody's kind of like the one people that are spotted are kind of heading a direction away from us. We do have a carrier here that's in this match, so we got to be careful about that. But you can see, with nobody getting spotted by the destroyer, there is a destroyer in the cap with our destroyers, so we got to be careful there. I believe Mod Squad's going to push up and help get rid of that problem. And then we got to worry about what else is potentially out there that our destroyer's not spotting. Torpedoes are spotted coming around the corner, big surprise. Benson is moving into a position to potentially help. We're going to start to work around the outside edge then. Initially, I was thinking we were going to cut to the inside, but because of the fact that the destroyer's there, even though we do have an Ochakov and a Benson there, they should easily be able to get rid of the enemy Benson. But just because we have that destroyer there, going inside is just not a good idea. Even though he just fired his torps, and we'd probably be pretty safe. But again, we're going to take the flank. Get that crossfire. Catch people off guard. Benson, he's done. He's literally fighting a freaking Ochakov at point blank. He's done. He's not going to get away with this. He does survive one more salvo because reasons, but honestly it doesn't matter because Mod Squad's going to come in there, Rin's going to get that kill all day, every day. Now there's a Vanguard heading our direction. We do have a Gneisen over here. We have the carrier out here, and then we have a few cruisers somewhere that are all spotted on the other side of the map. Or at least that's where the two cruisers are that we can see. Carrier is being incredibly stupid in this one, I'm not going to lie. This carrier has decided to YOLO into the center of the map. I have no idea why, but they did. Which is going to get them killed relatively quickly. Now, I'm still pushing. This is the one downside about coming around the outside here, is it takes time. And if you don't have time, then you're screwing your team. But if you do have time, you can get some beautiful crossfires and deal with people very quickly, as this Gneisen is about to find out. Now you can see we're trying to measure him up. He is basically flat broadside to us at this point. He's on fire. We can't lob the island, unfortunately, because the Monarch has like very flat shell arc. You don't have to worry about these things when it comes to shooting and hitting your targets, because they tend to go straight at them. And yeah, as soon as we clear the island, we reach out, we smash that man for 25,000 damage. Good God, Monarch. Now, obviously, he has turtleback armor, and even if he didn't have turtleback armor, we're not likely to Citadel, because Monarch has short fuse armor piercing. So it tends to not Citadel battleships, but it will slap the crap out of them. You can see we're shooting for the superstructure. Not a very good shot by us in that last salvo. But we're going to take the third gun and try to put that into the superstructure at least. We do have the Vanguard pushing up, so we're going to be taking a look at him. And you can see, while he's broadside, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, well, Vanguard pretty easy to Citadel more more than other battleships, so maybe we'll get lucky and have enough pin to citadel him, even with the short fuse armor piercing. But no, we just get a good hit. We get 9,500 damage with the front guns. Fire the rear guns at him. That rear gun looked like rail guns, my dude. Literally looked like rail guns. And yeah, we get another 5,600. All three of those shells hit the target. One of them overpinned. Two of them was full penetration. There's another Vanguard out there who's kind of doing the same thing. You can see we're lobbing the Vanguard, getting some more penetrations. We're basically reserved or down to firing our guns one at a time because we had a gun knocked out. The Gneisenau that's in front of us, he's just kind of bow tanking us. He's reversing away from us. He knows he's going to die. And I'm not worried about him because as long as he's reversing, he can't really do anything to me. He doesn't overmatch me. He's got 15-inch guns that are very inaccurate. So worst case scenario, he hits our superstructure or something. But you can see he's almost dead, so we're going to go ahead and take one more shot at the superstructure just to try to get him off the board. We don't need that torp threat staying around, and we do manage to take him down. That gives us a kill and 57,000 damage, and our team is losing, technically. They've got 2 kills, or we've got 2 kills, they've got 3. We've lost all of our destroyers at this point. Vanguard starts to turn in. We're going to go ahead and take that shot at him. He notices that we took the shot, so he stops turning. And still a good hit, though. We get 5 shells to smack the superstructure. And the 2 Vanguards are going to do a pretty good job of pushing across the map to try to, like, support their team. And I'm going to try to get as much damage off of them as possible. But they're not dumb. They're not sailing flat broadside. They're angled away. And the Vanguard, if utilized properly, is somewhat tanky. It's not the tankiest battleship in the world, but it can tank damage, especially from, you know, similar guns, like the Monarch. So, we're going to go ahead and play for the win here, guys. This is something that I try to tell people all the time. Doesn't matter what class you're in. If you have an opportunity to take a base, take it. You can see the enemy is pushing through the other cap. They've won that side. They're heading to our base. The carrier is dead center in the map, like a crazy person. And you can see Ren has been working on him, so he's not long for this world. Down goes Pobeda, which is huge, because that's one less thing we got to worry about for the rest of the game. But we take a shot at, I believe, the Kutcher. No, we shot the Vanguard here. And all of these kind of do nothing, which is awful. But rather than chasing these guys around the map, we're going to grab the cap. Because you never know in games like this whether, like, if they're going to come down to points. More often than not, the games don't come down to points. It comes down to who kills who, and generally ends up a steamroll one way or the other. And you can see we're getting some pretty awful luck here against this Vanguard. He's doing a pretty good job of turning away. He's keeping himself from getting smacked. But he is going to make a crucial mistake, and that is he turns towards his dead carrier. He's going to get beached on his own teammate, his dead teammate. And that's going to leave him basically wide open for us to just annihilate. We got 2 Vanguards out here. They're in a division. This guy literally just ran aground on his own dead teammate. And he's angled decently, so we're going to aim high. We're going to go for that superstructure if we can, expecting him to reverse a little bit here. We do have HE loaded, because we anticipated, you know, him being angled and stuff. We're not going to be able to do much in terms of AP damage. So we switched to British HE and do what British HE does best. Now, obviously, we're going to try to get this guy to burn his damage cons. You can see he had already put out a single fire, which is incredibly stupid, especially when you have a British super heal. Like, if you're using a damage con to put out a single fire when you have a super heal, like, you're gonna just be shooting yourself in the foot. And, of course, we take another shot with the British HE in his direction. His damage con should be on cooldown. That's a pretty solid grouping, headed straight for the superstructure, and we get a single fire. That's perma. That's gonna burn. So we know we've got that, but we can't rely on that to kill him. So we need to continue to do damage to him because we know he has the super heal, and all high explosive slash fire damage can be healed back. And when you got that super heal, you can even heal heavy damage back. So you got to be careful. Got to get rid of these guys when you can. And so we take another shot. We do get that second fire, and that's probably going to be the death of him. He is broadside now to Ren, so Ren's going to be pounding him as well. Our other cruiser is as well. And we're going to go ahead and take another shot of the superstructure here, trying to finish him off. Their Riga manages to kill our carrier, which is unfortunate because our carrier was dumb enough to just sit there and wait for these guys to flank him. We do manage to take down the Vanguard, and by we, I mean the cruiser managed to take down the Vanguard, but unfortunately Ren gets torped by the enemy destroyer, and we managed to capture the third base, which is huge because that means that we've got the points coming in, and they don't. We have 3 bases to their 1, so we're gaining 3 times as many points as they are. Now, obviously, our cruiser's almost dead. That's going to leave it me versus literally everybody here. Now, this is a 2v5 currently. This game is over, right? The enemy should not win or should not lose this match. All they got to do is get into that A cap while they still have the lead, and then I have no choice but to try to get into the cap or kill them to get a points swap. And so Vanguard comes out, he's broadside on, he's begging for it. We've got HE loaded still, trying to get rid of him. And then the Mas gets himself spotted, which is why I was keeping HE loaded, because I wanted to make sure that if he did show up, we were ready to shoot him. And I have no idea what this guy was thinking. Like, whatever his thought process was here, he was wrong. Dead wrong. He pulls out in front of a freaking British battleship that just fired HE. He takes a torpedo, which is hilarious, and then manages to get smacked with my guns, and then I fire the rear guns and take him out. So that's huge. Getting rid of their destroyer, that's the last destroyer that they have. Their battleships are trying to capture the base over there, and I think the Riga may be as well. So we've got our work cut out for us. We still have our cruiser because he's in a smoke screen, so he gets to live a little bit longer. This Vanguard's almost dead, so we're going to try to reach out, touch him with that AP, see if we can't hit that superstructure a little bit. He is turning, so we're trying to place the shot, waiting for him to finish his big turn, and then we're going to go ahead and turn in and try to bow tank or tank these off the belt. And our shells look pretty solid, and of course we leave them alive. But that torpedo looks, ooh, he just skirts the torpedo. Got very fortunate there to not be finished off. Now, Kutuzov takes a shot at our cruiser and doesn't manage to kill him right away. And just as we manage to get some shots in on these guys, look at it is now a 2v4, obviously. The Vanguard's still alive. So we're looking to finish off the Vanguard. He's got no health. He's going to actually get finished by the Amalfi, which is big. But that's also going to take away my chance for a solo warrior in this one, because these guys are actually giving this game to us. Now, we lose our cruiser, but it's still a 2-2, and we have the points lead. So now I don't have to do anything crazy. I just gotta keep these guys out of the bases, right? And that's when this crazy Atlanta decides to charge me, and I start getting the worst luck I have ever seen in my life. Okay? We get triple fired by the Kutuzov. We fired at the AP. Remember, this is short fuse AP. At the Atlanta, we hit one shell and it did no damage. Like, it literally did nothing to the man. He's charging me closer and closer. We're like, okay, shoot for the bow. We know we overmatched. Should be no problem. We should be able to citadel him through the bow. Nope. 2 overpins. We literally overpinned that man through the entire length of his ship. Now, the good news is we get super heals as well. We know we've got all these fire starters. We know that the danger here is the Atlanta rushing us for torpedoes. We get triple fired. That procs our fight fire with fire skill because we run the Azure Lane Nelson. And then we get 5 overpins again. What is this Atlanta? Like, I literally am shooting the bow of his ship and I am overpinning the entire length of his ship. He should be dead. There's no reason he should be alive here. Now, obviously, he's in torp range now, so we got to be careful there. This shot's guaranteed to kill him. We finally get the Pitadel, of course, and we're going to try to go away from where he probably torped us. And now we've got a secure lead, but we've got 2 cruisers. We've got a Riga on one side. We've got the Kutuzov on the other side. We're trying to get our guns all to the right side. We've got 2 fires burning, but we got 2 more super heals left, so we're not too worried about the fires. That's not that big a deal. More worried about the Riga having my broadside. Riga has ridiculously good AP, especially for a cruiser. And so we got to be careful there. We only need to survive another minute, guys. We've got this. And then the Riga does the unthinkable, and he gets exactly what he deserves. Comes out full broadside in front of a British battleship that has short fuse armor piercing. That's death. It's just death. You don't pass go. You don't collect $200. You're gone. And now Kuchezov starts firing his guns, and he's left a smoke screen. He's all kinds about that life right now. So we're trying to lead him, trying to figure out what he's going to do. He actually makes a smart decision here, turns into beach on the island to avoid those shells, knowing that we're not going to get loaded in time to kill him anyway. But we didn't need to. We have the lead, and we're about to point out, all due to me. 189,000 damage, 1 kill away from a Kraken again. But a huge game in the Monarch. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We don't take it out very often, but it doesn't mean it ain't a good ship. Top of the leaderboard, 3,300 base. Ren coming in second with 2,800 base. 6 kills between the two of us. Both of us got a high cal. She also got a first blood. We got the Confederate and a Dev Strike. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you in the next video.